Welcome to the show. As we all know, today is the day. We will announce 3 winners of my special holiday giveaway at the end of the show. So be sure to stick around because you definitely do not want to miss this. Today's episode is sponsored by Birch Gold. When we come back, what about the connection between illegal immigration and crime, not just here in the United States, but worldwide? There is a clear connection between illegal immigration and crime beyond just crime of illegal entry.
And I just want to ask you, I've heard you and the Judiciary Committee recently in the summer testify that the border is secure. Secretary Mayorkas, do you continue to maintain that the border is secure?
Yes, and we are working day in and day out to enhance its security, Congressman.
Right. Thanks, sir.
We have remarkable.
I get it. I just wanted to make sure that still is your assessment. Director Ray.
It is, and it's very important, if I may.
Well, I know there's just not enough time for a lot of explanation. I know you've got written testimony and so forth. I just wanted to understand that that's your position still. I think it is a position that denies reality, respectfully, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to say, no, I think the situation's changed or something like that. Director Ray, do you believe that the border is secure?
Well, I can only speak to border security from our narrow lane, but I can speak to it from that lane. What I would say is that we see significant criminal threats coming from south of the border, whether it's guns, drugs, money, violence. We see transnational criminal organizations that are sending their drugs here and that are using street gangs here to distribute it, and that contributes to the violent crime crisis here. We've had takedowns just in the last few months that I could give you as an example. I'll give you just one quick one. In Phoenix, we had a takedown working with CBP, who are phenomenal partners, I should add, where we seized in one vehicle interdiction enough fentanyl to kill the equivalent of the entire state of Pennsylvania.
And my next guest says this is not something that just affects only the United States. It is a worldwide phenomenon. He writes, since 2018, Swedish authorities have recorded an estimated 500 bombings, while they describe as gang shootings have been increasingly common. The country reported a record 124 homicides in 2020, and many residents were shocked in April when violent riots injured more than 100 police officers. He notes homicides have risen during the last decade across the European Union, from Hungary to Germany to Denmark to Finland. And an analysis of EU and the United States crime data by RealClearInvestigations shows that, as in Sweden, the border crime wave is strongly correlated with immigration. John Lott is the president of the Crime Prevention Research Center, crimeresearch.org. John, thank you very much for taking the time. John, we don't have real good numbers on the connection between illegal immigration in this country and crime, do we?
You're exactly right. We don't. Europe has much better data on the number of immigrants, the number of illegal immigrants that are in different countries. We have some number for the United States as a whole, but it's not broken down by state. In the European Union, though, each individual country there is kind of the equivalent of a state, and they have good data. The other thing is many of the prison systems, country prison systems in Europe, can tell you how many prisoners are there are immigrants or illegal or what country they're from. So you can see, for example, in countries like Norway and Finland and Sweden and Denmark, that the immigrant share of the prison population is between 2 to 4 times their share of the general population that's there. The only state that goes and collects that type of data is Texas. Arizona used to have some data on that, but basically there's strong, political forces that keep the United States from collecting the type of data that you see being collected in Europe.
I was going to ask you, we don't want to know, do we?
It certainly looks that way, and it's true across virtually all the states.
John, in preparing for this interview, I went online and I saw a whole bunch of articles saying there's no connection between a crime beyond the crime of illegal entry and illegal immigration. No connection, no connection. It's a right-wing talking point. I look at your data, particularly what's going on in Europe, places like Sweden. It is jaw-dropping, John.
Right. Well, I think it's been obvious to lots of people in Europe Major elections in Sweden and Italy focused a lot on the immigrant crime problem that they have. But we looked at data over 11 years from 2010 through 2021. And you see that the countries that had the biggest increases in immigration had the biggest increases in homicides. Each 1% increase in the share of the population that's immigrant, non-citizen, was associated with about a 3.6% increase in the homicide rates. You know, not all immigrants are doing that. The vast majority of them aren't involved in crime. Immigrants from Far East Asia or from South America or from North America have little crime involvement. Immigrants from Asia Minor and from Africa seem to have much higher rates of crime involvement that's there. Mm-hmm. And, the older data that we had from Arizona indicated that legal immigrants were actually very law-abiding. It was illegal immigrants that had much higher crime rates than the general population. But unfortunately,
I remember I kept reading, John, that immigrants have often a lower crime rate than Americans born here, but they mush together legal immigration and illegal immigration.
Right. No, that's exactly right. And that's the problem with using that data. I think when you disaggregate it to the extent that that data used to be available, what you found is that most people are legal immigrants in the country, and though they commit crime at a lower rate than illegal immigrants do, but by mashing them together, you're exactly right. You make the total kind of hide the problem from illegal immigrants.
Will the lack of a red wave during the midterms lead to a more emboldened Joe Biden, more wasteful government spending, higher taxes? How will you protect your hard-earned savings from the reinvigorated left? The answer? Gold. Gold is the world's oldest, most proven form of currency. It's there for you when inflation soars, when other assets go sideways. And that's why Birch Gold is so thrilled to introduce a new product that reimagines gold as currency, the Gold Back. This month, you'll get a free gold back for every $5,000 purchase when you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a precious metals IRA with Birch Gold by December 22nd. Birch Gold will help you own gold and silver in a tax-sheltered account. Visit LarryForGold.com to claim your free info kit on gold. Then talk to one of their precious metal specialists. Plus, with every purchase you make before December 22nd, you're going to get a free gold back. This is a great stocking stuffer just in time for Christmas. Once again, visit LarryForGold.com. That's LarryForGold.com. Protect your savings with gold today. And finally, John, why is it that Sweden appears to be harder hit than some of the other countries that we've discussed?
Well, I'm not sure they're the hardest hit. Germany, between 2019 and 2020, had a 25% increase in homicides. Over that period of time, Sweden, I think, was like 11%. I think it's a problem that's occurred across many different countries. Sweden is gets the publicity right now because they just had an election. A party that had been very small ended up becoming the second largest party in Swedish politics because they focused very heavily on these types of issues. And I think that's the reason why it got more focus. Italy also got some focus this year because a party that was pretty much non-existent a little while ago ended up becoming a major party in the leaders of parliament.
We're going to have to leave it there. John Lott, crimeresearch.org, crimeresearch.org. John, as always, thank you very much for taking the time. God bless.
Thank you very much.
And now, the wait is over. The moment we've all been waiting for. I'm going to announce my 3 winners of the Larry Elder Show Holiday Giveaway. And I want to thank the thousands of you who submitted entries into the contest. And if you don't win, don't fret. We're going to have more giveaways down the road. Here is winner number 1. Brian O'Connell. Brian O'Connell, congratulations. Now remember, I'm the one who prepared the contents of the box. So if you love what you see, credit me. If you don't, Blame Biden. Here's the second winner. Liz Hall. Liz Hall. Liz, congratulations. You have now won number 2 Larry Elder's Holiday Giveaway. Remember, I prepare the contents. Here is winner number 3. Carolyn Sikowski. Carolyn Sikowski. Carolyn, congratulations. I want to congratulate all 3 winners. And remember, if you didn't win, do not fear, because we're going to have more giveaways down the road. Congratulations once again to all the winners, and everybody have a very Merry Christmas. I am Larry Elder. This has been the Larry Elder Show for Epic Times. Remember, we've got a country to save.